Brie. This soft, creamy cheese comes from the Brie region of France and is one of the most recognized cheeses in the world. It has a pale white rind made of edible mold, and the inside is buttery and rich, almost melting at room temperature. Brie has been made for over 1,000 years and was once served at the tables of French royalty. Today, it is eaten everywhere, usually with bread, fruit, or honey, and it remains the standard by which soft cheeses are measured. Cheddar. Originally made in the village of Cheddar in Somerset, England, this is the most widely consumed cheese on the planet. What makes cheddar distinct is a process called cheddaring, where the curds are stacked and turned repeatedly to remove moisture and develop texture. Young cheddar is mild and smooth. As it ages, it becomes sharper, drier, and more crumbly. A well-aged cheddar can carry a complex, almost nutty flavor that has very little in common with the mild block you find in a grocery store. Gouda. The Netherlands has given the world many things, and Gouda is one of its finest contributions. Named after the Dutch city where it was historically traded, Gouda is a semi-hard cheese with a smooth, golden interior and a natural wax rind. Young Gouda is mild and slightly sweet. Aged Gouda develops a deeper caramel flavor with small, crunchy crystals inside, caused by the breakdown of proteins over time. It melts well, slices cleanly, and works across a wide range of dishes. Parmesan. Few ingredients have had as much influence on cooking as Parmigiano Reggiano, the hard Italian cheese produced in the Emilia-Romagna region. Made from partially skimmed cow's milk and aged for at least 12 months, sometimes much longer, it develops a granular, crumbly texture and a sharp, savory depth that intensifies with age. Authentic Parmesan is protected by law and must meet strict production standards. What most people know as Parmesan, the powdered version in a green can, is a distant relative at best.
Mozzarella. This is the cheese of Naples, and it was originally made from the milk of water buffalo. The fresh version, Mozzarella di Bufala, is soft, wet, and slightly tangy. The version most people encounter is made from cow's milk and comes in a firmer, low-moisture form designed to melt evenly on pizza. Both are produced using a technique called pasta filata, where the curds are stretched and pulled in hot water until they reach a smooth, elastic consistency. The result is mild in flavor, but extraordinary in texture. Roquefort. This is one of the oldest cheeses in the world, and among the most intense. Made from sheep's milk and aged in the natural caves of Camembert in southern France, Roquefort develops its distinctive blue-green veins from a specific mold called Penicillium roqueforti. The flavor is sharp, salty, and bold, with a creamy texture that contrasts with its aggressive taste. French law grants only cheeses aged in those specific caves the right to carry the Roquefort name. Legend claims the cheese was discovered by a shepherd who left his lunch in a cave and returned weeks later to find it transformed. Emmental. This is the cheese with the holes. Made in the Emmental Valley of Switzerland, it has a mild, slightly sweet flavor and a firm, elastic texture. The holes, called eyes, are formed by carbon dioxide gas released by specific bacteria during the aging process. A wheel of Emmental can weigh up to 100 kilograms and takes months to mature. It is one of the key cheeses used in a traditional Swiss fondue and is often what people picture when they imagine Swiss cheese, though Switzerland produces dozens of distinct varieties. Camembert. Camembert looks like Brie and is often confused with it, but the two are different in important ways. Made in Normandy, France, Camembert has a stronger, earthier flavor
and a more intense aroma. It is produced in smaller wheels than Brie, which affects how the mold ripens the cheese from the outside in. The interior should be runny and almost liquid when fully ripe. It became widely known after a soldier from Napoleon's army reportedly spread its popularity across France. Today, it is eaten baked whole almost as often as it is sliced cold. Havarti. Denmark developed this cheese in the mid-1800s, and it quickly became a staple of Scandinavian cooking. Havarti is a semi-soft, washed curd cheese with a buttery, mild flavor and small, irregular holes throughout.
It melts easily and has a smooth, almost creamy texture that makes it one of the most versatile cheeses for everyday use. Aged Havarti takes on a more pronounced, slightly tangy character. It is often flavored with herbs, dill, or caraway, which are common additions in Northern European cooking. Feta. Greece has been producing this cheese for thousands of years, and it remains one of the most culturally significant foods in the Mediterranean. Feta is made from sheep's milk, sometimes blended with a small amount of goat's milk and aged in brine. The result is a crumbly, salty, tangy cheese with a slightly grainy texture. It does not melt the way other cheeses do, but it softens and becomes creamy when baked. After a long legal dispute, the European Union ruled that only cheese produced in specific regions of Greece can legally be called feta. Manchego. Spain's most famous cheese comes from the La Mancha region, the same landscape made legendary by Don Quixote. It is made exclusively from the milk of Manchega sheep and pressed into a distinctive zigzag-patterned mold that leaves a decorative imprint on the rind. The flavor ranges from mild and buttery when young to sharp and slightly peppery when aged. The texture firms up considerably over time. Manchego is almost always served as part of a Spanish tapas spread and pairs naturally with quince paste and cured meats. Gruyère. This Swiss cheese is the foundation of some of the most beloved dishes in European cooking, including French onion soup and croque monsieur. Made in the canton of Fribourg, Gruyère is firm, slightly grainy, and rich in flavor, with notes of fruit and nuts that deepen as it ages. Unlike Emmental, authentic Gruyère has very few holes or none at all. It melts smoothly and evenly, which is why chefs return to it again and again. A wheel takes at least 5 months to mature, and the finest examples are aged for over a year.